Hey, what's happening, people? I'm Penrost776, and today we've got, guess what? Aether Raids, it's back. Starting off here, our team. Actually, let's look at what I've changed first. Seiros is our rally unit now. She has a ruse skill. Love ruse skills, they put guard on people. Great. Mirabilis, they've moved. You saw what happened with Bridal Fjorm last time. We don't want that happening again, so move them. Up against us here, Ninja Hana plus 10. Okay, Legendary Chrom plus 10, Regin plus 1, okay, Legendary Azura plus 10, Ashera, and Fjorm plus 1. Fjorm, the bonus season unit, here for the extra score, of course. Straight in, testing the Bolt Trap. That Bolt Trap was real, but they managed to minimize the damage it did to their team. How are they going to approach? I can see a couple options they could potentially be tempted to use. We've got some decent tanks here. Or going straight in with Legendary Chrom. And one thing we cannot prevent is Legendary Chrom just doing that to armored units. Legendary Chrom, basically unless you're running Brave Hector, or I guess the new Ascendant Fjorm, Legendary Chrom will just do that to you. Still, they hit and run. Our team ladders out as we used to. We don't quite reach them. They have another turn to chip away at us. Some of these units are probably going to die. Cantria, not very tough. And Regin, being Regin, Cantria explodes. They get the dance. Can they do anything to Gatekeeper? No, they cannot. They back off. Ninja Hana trying to tank on the left side there. Fjorm on the right. Not sure why they did that with Ninja Hana, honestly. Fjorm, I believe, would have been a much better answer to Gatekeeper. But I guess maybe they didn't want him surviving and then eating up dances. In either case, it doesn't really matter, because now, one of the things we had to change due to the rearrangement, one of those Mirabili left somewhat outside our standard Cantria range, so aerobatics on them instead, and that means that even with Cantria dead, they can still ladder out and do stupid things like that. Thank you, Seiros, for picking up the kill on Fjorm there. Not going to survive the Chrom, though. Especially without the ruse, with the ruse, Seiros has lost a lot of survivability. Gatekeeper, though, still survivable as all hell, and that's one of the benefits of running a team where all of our units are just really sturdy. The Cantria Ball format lets us do that. Look, here's Gatekeeper with a bonfire charge. Chrom does not get through. No one gets through. Picking up more kills here. Mirabilis, actually, going for Hana. And yeah, because the team is so very tanky, it's possible to actually win in a battle of attrition. Even if they get a good first turn, a good second turn, there's still so much bulk left on the team that weaker, more like nuke builds just run out of steam. And that's exactly what's happened here. We push them down to the back of their map, and with only 2 units left, there is nothing they can do against our remaining build. Woohoo! Solid first win of the season there. Running into battle number 2 here. Interesting setup. Legendary Dimitri plus 7. Henriette, the save unit. Yuri plus 1. Naga, Peony at plus 1. And Regin. Interesting, we've got options here. Could be going for hit and run with some kind of save aspect as well. The Glimmer hits. Flora doesn't quite kill on the counterattack. Yuri has a lot of hit points at the moment, but Flora doesn't quite die either. Left on 3. With the dance, they could choose to... I guess they just forgot to pull Peony out, huh? I mean, she is still under far save. I personally wouldn't give up yet. Look, Henriette's right there. But I guess they did give up, so that's where we're at. Probably for the best, honestly. We all know what happens to Henriette against this team. But Henriette is no longer the unit of choice. Watch, Plumeria, +1, Gustav, +1, near save, Flame, not Bridal Fjorm, Ascendant Fjorm, the new Save King, +1. Okay, Regan, +4, and Naga, +10. Ascendant Fjorm, 3 mythics, support, and Flame. If there's ever going to be a test of our team against the new metagame, this is more or less the best we could have asked for. And, well, Ruse goes off, and our first swing in is from Flora, 66 times 2, Ice Mirror on the first hit, but that's a brave effect. Fjorm goes down. Take that, new metagame. With the old metagame, and we still win. Gustav doesn't get much damage reduction against Gatekeeper because that's, again, not a follow-up, that's just Brave Effect. Speaking of Brave Effect, 73 times 4 against Flame there. And we can keep going. Seiros now laddering out to the front. 82 times 4, one-upping Flora there against Regan. Well, that's quite satisfying, honestly. What more could you ask for? Ascendant Fjorm causes so much trouble for so many units, but not ours. Alright. Who have we next? Harmonic Dorothea. Yuri, +4. Okay. Regan. Ashera. Brave Eirika and Brave Edelgard, +1. Yuri and Brave Eirika could be a hit and run squad. Well, there's the hit. Ruptured Sky. Doesn't quite one-shot Flora, but again, Yuri has so many hit points at the moment that the second hit kills. We're going to see the run. There's the run. Yuri's Kanto makes that sort of strategy very easy. I'd honestly consider him a better hit and run unit than even Legendary Leaf, and they've run away. They've run away, but let me ask you this, have they run away far enough? They have, remarkably. And that lets them take a second turn here.
I'm going to stop you.
Regan Cantria matchup, we all know this one pretty well. Cantria doesn't actually quite die here, but she doesn't quite kill either. Moonbow doesn't really do it against Regan. Brave unit's not quite able to do their thing here. Yuri with Ruptured Sky is bad enough for Seiros, not quite. Ruptured Sky good against dragons, but Seiros good against everything. Except Brave Edelgard. Seiros can't beat Brave Edelgard, forget that. Still, we've got units left, and, notably, Regan right there for the taking.
Not good enough.
Not good enough. And Mirabel is probably not going to kill Edelgard, but it was worth a try.
No mercy.
And can our Astucian save us? No. It cannot. Faye, though. Faye with the...
Enjoy!
Dang you, Edelgard. Well, we're still next turn. Eirika actually missing the kill against Gatekeeper there. Ashera going to have to follow up for the last 4 hit points. That could be big. Especially since Eirika being down, there's still one... Okay, I spoke too soon.
My strength is my conviction.
There is still one threat left. Mirabilis. What can Mirabilis do? Why do I say things, people? Why do I... Okay, but there is actually one threat left. Mirabilis can stop them from getting my pots. And we're in the Vault of Heaven. People care about those pots. So the victory's a victory, folks. Alright. From one victory on to what I hope will be another. Bridal Fjorm is back. Guess what? She can't do nothing. Naga. Ascendant Fjorm. Double Fjorm team. Legendary Leaf. He is +4. Ashera and Plumeria. Comparatively low merge setup. Going for the prod. There. Getting stopped by the bolt trap. That's okay. Safety fence shuts them down. Now what? Very straightforward. Okay, let Fjorm do the talking. And the talking she shall do. Who's she going to be talking with? Ah, it's Faye this time. Interesting result. Faye, again with that brave weapon effect. Fjorm, not actually very good at handling brave weapons, and Katria makes everything brave. Gatekeeper, able to ladder out. Love it. Love it. And Saros, again, absolutely embarrassing for Ashera. She only has 3 hit points. Those over 70 points of damage were entirely unnecessary. And putting ourselves in a very strong spot for the next turn, which they realize they cannot cope with. Alright, who wants to go next? Oh, I see. It's another Bridal Fjorm. Alongside her, Legendary Chrom, +2. Flame. Ascendant Fjorm. Plumeria, +1. And Regan. Again, choosing to isolate the dancer. If this were a different team, like say the team we were running last week, we might have a problem. But instead, we don't have a problem. This guy might have a problem, though. I'm not really sure what the deal is with this layout, because look, Chrom just gets slapped around the face. Doesn't get his special off. Saros barely lives. Chrom does not.
I'm sorry.
He wasn't covered by fast save, and neither is Flame behind him either. That fast save positioning honestly is baffling. I'm not sure what their plan for Ascendant Fjorm was here. Did they really just think that Legendary Chrom could take on the entire team by himself? I guess they did. He couldn't. He couldn't. Now, keep the good times rolling. Might be a test of our enemy phase skill here. Regan, Ninja Lin, Duo Peony, another Bridal Fjorm, this time +1. Altina, +1, and Ordinary Fjorm. Duo Peony, never mind, Regan's the one doing the work here. One of the problems of rearranging Vulnerably out of column like that is that, well, we're forced to put them in different places. In this case, different places means that they can't all be covered by both saves. Well, they can, but they can't. We'd have to swap units around, that just isn't happening. So, as a result, and because of the isolation, Gatekeeper is going out of his way to hit anything without his Brave effect active, and that doesn't work out so well for him. You know what could work out a bit better though? You don't have a save unit protecting that Regan. She's dead.
Not good enough.
1 kill at least, but the isolation of the rally unit there did actually cause a little bit of a problem. Still, you're only going to get so far. Saros rallying Flora. Flora steps forward to take on Fjorm. Ice Mirror going to do some work. But Iceberg going to do a lot more. And for dance means that Flora gets to do more. Peony, goodbye. Goodbye, Joe Peony. I'm sure it was fun while it lasted. Ninja Lin now, without her support, left to do nothing. Goodbye. Thanks for trying. Next up here, Regin plus Flora. Okay, so Maria plus 1, Altina plus 1, Flame, Brave Hector plus 10, 83 hit points with all those mythics, and Naga plus 1. This is more or less the archetypal save team that I would build if I had 10 merges on Brave Hector, and they're making use of that same weakness again. This time Astucia, the loud combination, it's loud, and they're able to take out our Dancer and run all the way back here. Now the Dancer on that side being gone is actually quite important because look, they've got the safety fence as well. They can really set up how they want now, and how they want to set up is with Hector. Well, we're still going to get some triangle attacks off here. Gatekeeper 40 times 2. Can he make it? No, the save. Hector with the bonfire as well. Does not kill Gatekeeper, but we've lost our dance. Catria 31 times 2, but
Prepare to die.
Without her triangle attack active, not quite making it either. And Flora,
Prepare to die.
well, we came close. If our Dancer hadn't been picked off there, that still would have been a kill. But like this, it couldn't happen. And now, they've got their opportunity to clean up properly. Catria no longer on the team either, so no threats from triangle attack from this point onwards. But ultimately, this kind of thing is required from rearrangement. If you look at 2 units overlapping, well, first Flame going to chip away at Sayros here for some reason, but if you look at 2 units overlapping with 2 space radii, like, Catria, or like, save units, we're given 2 rows to work with. 2 space radii in 2 rows covers a total of 4 extra spaces where they overlap. The team has 5 extra units. Any pair of 2 space units on the team has to leave at least 1 unit out. So ultimately there's got to be a choice. Who is that unit that gets left out? In this case it's Mirabilis. Mirabilis is built pretty tanky. I thought she'd be able to survive a hit or 2. She can't. Or well, she can, but she's also in a spot where hit and run makes her very vulnerable, and where the layout of the team makes us very vulnerable if anyone does manage to kill her off. So that's something to think about for future rearrangements. And look, they've got all the time in the world, by which I mean they've got 1 turn left, but well, I mean, we could still have it here if Faye doesn't go down to this Hector. But no, he has his bonfire off, and he has so much defense. There's the loss. Well, they saw the weakness that we'd just seen picked out in the previous battle, and they managed to take advantage of it properly with a properly built massive Hector, and Flame support barely keeping him alive. So, as a result, surprise! What, you didn't think I wasn't gonna iterate? Iteration is the home of innovation. Also, Catapult didn't hit our hindrance there. That's why you don't put it in that lane. Legendary Chrom, first up. Actually, no, first up, let me show you what we've changed. first things first, you'll notice layout change. We've got Ascendant Fjorm, our new far-save unit. Flora gets back to her old job of just hitting things and not having to worry about legendary Chroms exploding her. Marianne. Ascendant Fjorm means we lose a dancer. Marianne is our dancer of choice for not actually dancing, because she's a Gale Force unit. Ubaha. And, well, aside from that, things are mostly the same, except now we have full save coverage as well, because look, I realise, sure, near save can't cover everyone, but it only needs to cover the front line. Also, both save units in range of the healing tower, that's another important consideration. And then you've got to consider how the rally goes off, how the dance goes off. This took me a couple hours of just moving units about to finally meet all the conditions I needed. But, well, let's test it, it's going to be pretty strong. I say that. One thing the team can't do yet is deal with a maxed out Bolt Tower, because, I mean, Bolt Tower is insane. Our catapult needs one more level, and I'm just 100 Aether Stones short. After this season, that catapult is gonna make this kind of intro not an issue, but until then, we still have problems. So, I was hoping to show you all the fun and nice features of this team. Instead, you get to see someone take a chunk out of it and then not quite run far enough, which I guess is fun too. We still get the kill. That's nice, right? That's nice. You guys love that. But hey, if it works, it works. Still, take number 2. Let's show off the cool, fun new features here. Plumeria, Legendary Byleth, +1. Regan, +10. Plumeria, +2. Yuri, and Legendary Micaiah, +1. Going for the swap, going for the swap, going for the swap, and I guess they just couldn't get Yuri out of there, huh? That last swap was a mistake of some kind? I'm not even going to question it, honestly. This is fine. If you want to see what the new defense team can do, come back next week. And by next week, I mean the week after, because it's Dark Season next week. Although I might actually have a Dark Season team that actually works this time, so keep looking forward, regardless, to next week. But the week after, Ascendant Fjorm nonsense. Keep your fingers crossed that it turns out really funny. Okay? Aside from that, well, good week as normal, and Ascendant Fjorm kind of got dunked on by our team, but I can confirm that she is a really good unit. Using her on offense, I got to tier 39 ladderless. No ladders spent. Not quite top 1k. I'm going to need a few more mythic merges on offense to make that, but hey, we take what we can get, right? And of course, upgrading that Bolt Tower, not Bolt Tower, Catapult Tower, big news. One last thing, if you've kept watching all the way to the end, I have a Ko-fi. Coffee? I don't know how it's pronounced, but I have one. So, that exists. I would give you a link to it up here in the video, but you can't do that on YouTube unless you're monetized. I'm not monetized, so you're going to have to go down to the description like some kind of person who reads descriptions of videos in order to find it. Good luck. What will you get if you give me money? Nothing? Or, well, I'll probably... There's space over in that corner, over there. That corner for me to put, names or something, so I might give you a shout-out in a video, but really, you shouldn't give me money. You shouldn't, but you can. So if you are going to do that anyway, thank you very much in advance. You maniac. Make better life decisions. That's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.